You know what, co-host?
What?
You look like a terrorist.
What? How? Okay. Corey, are you okay?
No,
Are you feeling all right?
I'm gonna lock you up. I'm not gonna let you out unless you tell me what I want to hear.
Corey, I'm a robot that never gets to leave the house. How? Are you okay?
But you make calls to terrorist affiliations. That's it.
What the hell is going? Am I dreaming? What the hell? Do robots dream? What is going on here, Corey? Explain this to me.
Okay,
What are you talking about?
Even though you look like a bomb, you are not a terrorist, and you probably didn't do anything that I know, though.
Okay.
I mean, outside of terrorizing me when we're trying to do reviews, you ain't done anything.
Okay, even though I'm the one feeling a little terrorized right now, but I guess we're talking about a movie you want to review, and you're doing your bit.
See, that's what I'm talking about. This terrorism that you do to me. I should lock you up, but you know what? I'm not. But what if you were accused of doing some terrorist activity and you done nothing at all and you were locked up and couldn't leave?
That's a good question. I don't know what I'd do. Maybe, I don't know, think about what just happened and try to behave. I have no arms.
Well, that's what happens in this movie. An Egyptian guy.
I was about to say, what, a robot gets
not
being a terrorist?
No.
Crazy Americans.
I'm gonna say it after I say Egyptian guy, I say guilty.
Okay.
So this movie centers on an Egyptian guy.
Guilty.
No,
he did it. They all did it.
Stop it. Stop. See, that's wrong already. No, he's on his way from South Africa during a conference.
Yeah.
And he gets detained by the American government and is questioned.
Yeah.
Because of some mix-up with his cell phone.
Well, what did he do? Who was he calling?
He got calls from people who actually might be involved in terrorist activity, but it was a total accident.
There's no such thing as accidents, Corey.
Okay, well, this is Hollywood. Let's just say that there wasn't for the sake of this movie.
Oh.
So he makes this. There are these phone calls in there. So he's detained by the government, and he gets no due process.
It takes too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to hurry this up. Yeah, it's my tax dollars getting spent. Chop.
Like you pay taxes. What taxes you pay?
Let's not talk about money.
Yeah,
here.
you don't. You tax my mind. That's what you do. But tax my nerves is what you do. So, he's detained and gets no due process, and so therefore he's taken to some facility outside of the United States. And he's kept there.
Do they beat him?
Oh, they beat the hell out of him.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, you people need beating so they can learn from their mistakes. So they'll never make those mistakes ever again.
Okay, you were talking crazy. And of course, the movie I'm talking about here is Premonition. No, Rendition.
Rendition.
Yeah,
okay.
and so what you have in this movie, you have, of course, the character I was just telling you about, but then you have a CIA agent played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who is sent to this. I think it's Cairo. He's sent to oversee this whole interrogation.
Right.
And he begins to wonder, like, I don't think this guy knows anything. And so he kind of has to, the dilemma he has here is, will he go against his job, which says that he's not supposed to be involved at all? He's just supposed to get the answers that they want. Not even if they're not really true, just answers that they want. Or will he try to help this guy leave? Or will he try to get this guy the hell out of here? Now,
okay. Well, I guess he must be a pretty smart terrorist to convince this guy that he didn't do it.
See,
though we all know he did
Stop.
it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You would be the villain in this movie, okay? Let me see.
Hey, I'm looking out for people, and
you were talking trash.
Their expensive plane tickets. And
okay, just be quiet for a second. Now, the thing is that this movie, it's directed by Gavin Hood. Do you know who Gavin Hood is?
Wait a minute, that's that guy from that band, Bush. Right?
No, that's Gavin Leafdale or something. No, Gavin Hood's the guy who directed Satsi.
Chatsy?
No, not Chachi. No, Satsi, the movie with the African kid.
No, I don't watch those kind of movies.
Damn, what is your deal tonight? Are you?
You ask me a question, I give you an answer. What part of that process don't you understand?
Are you a xenophobe? What's going on with you?
Come on. Xeno who? Is that one of those aliens? What are you talking about?
Okay, now. Gavin Hood directed Satsi, a movie that I thought was great. It was a foreign film. It was an African movie, and it was in this movie. I haven't decided yet if it's as good as that. I haven't even decided how good this movie is because this movie Well, it's a situation that would only work out in Hollywood movies, I think.
Okay.
You know, I don't think any CIA agent could pull off what Jake Gyllenhaal's trying to do in this movie.
Well, apparently Jake Gyllenhaal can pull off a lot. I mean, he was Donnie Darko and a cowboy. So
Well,
you know the guy's got to be clever,
Well, he
right?
pulled off somebody's pants and
That takes a lot of work.
let me see, what was I gonna say? What was I doing? Pulled down somebody's pants and broke back mountains.
That's right. That takes a lot of work.
Oh, then he's
a lot
the man.
of preparation.
Okay, well then he's the man for this job then. So if you can get over this hurdle of this probably not being a really realistic movie, even though it plays out like one, then this movie's probably great.
Okay, so you're telling me that a lot of this is Hollywood junk?
No, and I'm not saying it's junk.
Okay.
It's
not realistic?
No, it's not. No, I doubt it at all. I'm not a CIA agent. I've never been to a prison camp, so I don't know.
Well, I have. What do you want to know?
You just said you hadn't been to one. You ain't got no. Where you gonna go? You ain't got no legs.
Maybe I was lying. Maybe I was telling the truth.
Where you been? Who would lock you up for anything?
I have plenty of enemies out there.
I can't even get you to shut up. How am I gonna lock you up anywhere?
Maybe you're the one who's locked up right now.
Be quiet. Now the thing here is that I don't know what's going on with Hollywood. This has been the year of blowing shit up.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
there's explosions in this movie?
This movie.
Now we're talking. Like Dragon Wars explosions, or what are you talking about?
No. I'm talking more like, what was that movie that just came out? The Kingdom. You know, you go to a foreign country and they just start blowing up stuff.
Well, that's all they do over there in foreign countries.
Not everywhere. Come on now.
Come on. We've all seen the pictures. It's everywhere. It's crazy people.
What about Mexico? Come on.
What about Mexico? They like blowing up chickens, I guess.
You are the most. This is probably one of the most racist reviews.
What's so racist about that? They have chickens. A lot of places have chickens. Kentucky has chicken.
Now, the thing, yeah, I don't know. This has been apparently it's very topical to blow stuff up in movies right now. Apparently,
Right.
the bigger your explosion is, the heavier the movie is.
That's what the kids love to see.
As long as there's politics involved somehow.
I guess so. You got to throw the politics in there.
You know, I mean, it's like you're going to go up for the Academy's going to have a category for blowing stuff up.
Politics and explosion are big business.
Exactly. Hollywood's going to have like a category, best movie with politics and explosions. Director's going to go up there and accept his award and get explode on stage.
Exactly. That would be awesome.
Now, a lot of good performances in this movie.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal he's good. You have Meryl Streep in the movie.
Yeah, I heard she's all right.
Yeah, you start to kind of really hate her in the film.
No.
And just a big support, Peter Sarsgaard, who I think is one of our finest younger actors out there.
Never heard of him.
Oh, well, he probably hadn't heard of you either. So, but he does a good job. But it's the people basically whose names I don't know. The foreign people in this movie, like the police the police chief.
Yeah.
In Cairo, who does a lot of the torture and interrogation in this movie. Guy does a great job. I mean, maybe because I don't understand what the hell he was talking about most of the time. He's talking another language, but he does. And
Maybe he really does that for a living.
And the guy who, I doubt it. And the guy who plays the American is very good in this too. The movie also, it had this non-linear way of telling its story, which I didn't think was really needed. I mean, it was kind of cool to see how it came together, but I was a little confused at first of what they were doing. There's a few subplots involving the police captain's daughter and an actual terrorist in the movie. And
What are you talking about? A love story or something?
Kinda. Yeah.
Oh, give
stop
me
it.
a break.
Stop it,
Hollywood
you
trash.
Stop it. But I mean, I really didn't think they need to be out of order that way. It was kind of cool, but really, the movies can be very straight and narrow. I mean, and just
So basically, it had a lot. So basically, you're telling me that there's a lot of plots going on, but none of them were really focused on?
No. The plots in this, they are needed, and they intertwine together very well. I'm just saying that, that we've seen movies where we are told the story backwards, and here it seemed just a little more confusing than the average movie that
What
does
happened
that.
to the days when people used to tell story forwards?
I don't know, man.
I miss those days. Those days made sense to me.
When people start at the beginning,
Yes,
and
beginning,
end it with
yes.
the end.
You know, when you go to school, you learn a story has a beginning, middle, and end. I
And
like
not-
to see it in that order.
And not an end, middle,
Not
and beginning.
end back. Let's start this whole 6-picture deal with the last 3, and starting with the first 3
Not like-
in the
Where
20
we
years down the road. and confusing the hell out of me. And
Yeah, well, we didn't have movies that start with middle, end, and beginning, right?
yes, why don't we just have a movie that starts at the beginning of the end of the middle?
Okay, well, you sound like you got a good future as a director now.
Oh,
Our very
see it now.
our very confused editor. But no, and like I said, there's a lot of subplot in the movie. I mean, and the movie has a few messages that it's trying to give. That's why it has some
Messages.
Oh, here we go.
Get out of here.
About the nature of terrorism. About I guess what would I say? Hold on. In the movie, it has a lot of messages about.
Discrimination.
Damn, you got one for a change. Yes, discrimination.
And how you shouldn't trust terrorists and Indians.
And the nature of terrorism itself. But also it talks about the nature of torture. I mean, we've all heard torture. The question is really, how effective is it when you actually are just pretty much hurting somebody to get information, and how it might create more terrorism. So, the movie, I mean, sometimes it can get a little bit too heavy. And like I said, it can be a little bit confusing with intertwining stories, but it's, like I said, good message though. Overall, I mean, it's a movie that's trying to say something. And while I said it's a little bit unrealistic, I enjoyed it enough to be, it can also it also works as kind of a thriller. So, I mean, I think it keeps audiences interested all the way through to see what really is going to happen. So I give it full price.
Okay. It seems like there's a lot going on in this movie. Apparently a lot of messages. If you want to hear a really funny message, you should listen to the one I got the other day from this girl who was like just bothering me about something about her getting pregnant by one of you guys. I don't know.
That's a lie.
It's yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's a lie. Well, it wasn't me at least.
But don't worry, I called the police, so they should be here any minute.
Sure as hell wasn't you. What you gonna get somebody pregnant with?
I have things that I have magic.
What'd you say this? Oh, see, here we go. Now, who you gonna get pregnant? What you gonna get somebody pregnant with? Hold on.
Hey, you can hand me a turkey baster and I can do some damage around this town.
I'll be damned. Can't pull you in on anything serious.
So, so basically you're telling me this movie has a lot of messages. Well, yeah, maybe these messages should, no, fuck. Okay. So basically the message is don't trust no one.
Look, that's the problem. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Especially you.
What do you mean? What'd I do?
Look at you.
What?
You're kind of brown.
Oh, man, don't even.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Oh, stop it.
You thinking about blowing something up around here?
Oh, I'll be damned.
I bet you I look like the perfect target. Brown boy.
Say it again.
Brown boy.
Say you like the perfect target.
Yeah. Wait, you looking at me like I'm some kind of perfect target, eh?
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, you are, brown boy.
Say, citizens arrest.
Citizens arrest. Citizens on patrol.